Good day everybody and welcome back to It's Photo. I am here with the final video regarding my whole trip to Germany and to France, and in today's video I am going to show you I'm gonna go through with you the documents that you need to have when you are applying for your Schengen visa. And this is to just ensure that you have all your documentations in place and that you do not get sent back, which could really delay your whole process. You might get another date that could be 3 months even after your trip. You never know, and we don't want that. Remember, and I told you guys in my previous video that Venice Travel had included this whole process into their quotation. I asked them what does it actually entail, and the lady said no, they are just going to make sure that I have all the documents that are needed for when I apply for my visa. And I thought to myself, but I can do that, because they were charging 1,000 and something per person, and that is money that you can save towards your trip. It's really unnecessary. If you pay attention to what I am going to tell you, what I'm going to go through with you, you too can avoid having to pay $1,000 or having your application denied, and we don't want that to happen. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. Right, first I'm going to start off by reading for you what Schengen visa is. Okay, Schengen visa is a short term that allows a person to travel to any of the Schengen area for a stay of up to 90 days. And it enables you to travel to the following countries. So if you are planning on going to Germany, to Austria, to Greece, to France, to Belgium, to Hungary, to Luxembourg, to Malta, and to Switzerland, then you better stay tuned for this video, because it is going to help you. So when we applied for our Schengen visa, we had to do it through the German embassy, but the German embassy no longer facilitates that process. They have now outsourced it to TLS, and TLS is based in Mozart Square. If you know where Nast is, and if you know where Nice is, when that square where Nice restaurant is, that's where TLS is. So you can just look up their number on the internet and actually give them a call and find out exactly how it's done, because that's not the process that I went through, so I can't really give my input on that, because I didn't experience that myself. So yes, okay, first of all, in order to make sure that all of my things were planned, my things were in order, I decided I'm gonna go to Pep and get myself this file. You can get a file in Pep, in Pick and Pay, in Checkers, in CNA, ShopRite, wherever. we all know these files most. You get that for yourself, and the first page is a checklist that I have. We had gotten this checklist for the bride as a guideline, just to ensure that we have all of our documents. So I put it on the first page, and I'm roughly just going to read through it, and then I will focus on each line item as we go through the video. So the first one is the visa application fee, completed application form, one recent biometric photo, your passport, a copy of your passport, proof of your legal residence in the country, 3 months bank statement, a letter confirming your employment, a letter from your employer confirming that your leave has been approved, your travel itinerary, your medical aid and insurance, and then your reservation for your round trip, which is your airline ticket. Okay, number one, your visa application fee. The fee is $1,000, right? If you go on the website, they tell you it's 60 euros, it's $1,000 when you found out. So you need to make sure you have that in cash. They will not allow you to swipe. There's no swiping. You need to have it in cash with you in Namibian dollars. That's the first thing. And then you need we have I mentioned you need to have the $1,000, and you need to have the application form. You fill it in with a black pen, and it needs to be in bold letters. All right. When you print it out, make sure you have print out at least 2 or 3 copies for yourself. That way, if you make an error on one, then you have backup instead of having to go back and download a new one. That is so draining. That can be so draining. And then the next thing is your biometric photo. And see how I labeled every file. Let me just show you. Okay, I have the ugliest handwriting. That's the one thing I don't like about myself. So every file I labeled according to the checklist, and that's how I made sure that I had all of my things, and that's how I gave it in. So the biometric photo, let me show you how it looks like. You can get one at the photo shop near Sanlam in town. If you are walking towards Sanlam, on your left side there's a photo shop, and they give you 4 copies, and they'll cut one out and staple it to your application form. And this is the same photo that will be used for your visa if you are successful, that is. But don't worry, I'm going to help you so that you can be successful. And at least you have 3 other copies for the future if you ever want to travel again. And with these biometric photos, there are certain requirements. It has to be correct. You can't take it with your glasses on. If you rock up with a photo with glasses on, you'll have to start from scratch because your application will not be accepted. Your hair needs to be at the back. They want to see your whole face. You must not smile. You can't pose. You can't lean on one side. You really have to be straight back, shoulders back, hair back. Basically, that's what they want you guys to do when you go for that. And then the next thing, they need you to have your original passport. The passport needs to be valid, okay? It needs to be valid for, what do they say here? Let me just quickly check my notes so I can give you the correct information. It needs to be valid for at least 3 months after the trip. So, say for example, my trip is scheduled for Monday. It's now Saturday. If my trip is scheduled for Monday and I'll be coming back the other Monday, on the date that I come back now, that passport needs to be still valid for at least another 3 months. Otherwise, application will not be successful. And in your passport, this is where your Schengen visa will be placed as well. Alright? And another requirement that they want you to have is a copy of your passport. So you need to make a copy of the page where all your information is. On your passport, your photo is, and your passport number, your date of birth, all of that. You need to make that copy and also take it with. The next thing is your proof of residence. So if you are renting like me, you have to take your lease agreement, and all they did was basically go through it to see if it's correct, but it's not one of the documents that they took out of the file. They just acknowledged that I do have one. And if you're a homeowner, I'm not quite sure what you have to take, but yeah, proof that the house is yours. Maybe yeah, I'm not a homeowner, so I was just concentrating on my lease agreement. But yeah, you can find that out yourself. Just give them a call and make sure. Then the next thing is a 3 months bank statement. You go to the bank where you if you are banking with 2 different institutions, go to the one where your salary gets paid into, because they want to see that you are financially stable. They want to see that when you are on the other side, you are able to sustain yourself. And then we have your employment confirmation letter. Okay, they want a letter from your employer stating that you are employed at their organization. So I went to HR. I told her I have this trip. I'm going to Germany, I'm going to France, and I need to apply for my Schengen visa. So she wrote out a letter on our company letterhead. She wrote out this letter on our company letterhead. It had the date, signature at the bottom, company stamp, and she'll just state like so and so is employed by this company. She has been working here from this date up until now, whatever. Go to your HR, they should be able to assist you in that regard. And then the next thing is a holiday granted letter, also from your employer, just to say that yes, we are aware that this person is leaving and we do give them permission to, and her leave has been approved for her to go to Germany. Okay, now the next one, which can be a bit confusing, is the travel medical aid and insurance, because you need to have travel medical aid and insurance in case something happens to you. You'll be assisted on the other side, you can get medical attention. So I contacted my I contacted my medical aid. I sent them an email. I told them that I'll be going. They asked for then they gave me a form which I had to fill in, and I also had to provide my airline ticket, and I had to give a copy of my passport as well. And from it was a smooth process. It took literally one day. I wrote them a mail, they sent me that form to fill in, I sent it back to them, and then next thing they send me now the travel insurance documents to show that it is approved, and then they are going to insure me for an X amount. So that was here, and yeah, they sent me that information. Now the next one is your travel itinerary, right? This is very, very, very important. I think it's one of the most important things. It includes an invitation letter from your host. So in this case, our host was the bride's father because it's his house. So it's just a letter which we got where he had mailed. It just states his name, all of his personal information on the top, his contact number, his physical address, his date of birth, his passport number, his email address, and then there's a date. And then he's basically just saying that Pauline, who resides at this location, will be coming to my residence from this date to that date. And she'll be staying at my house, which is in this hometown, at this home address. Basically that's it, man. It's just to show something that's legit and something to validate that when you go there you do have somewhere to stay. And the mistake that I made with the Paris one, remember I told you I got a hookup to stay at this friend's place who also runs a B&B, so I didn't have to go through Airbnb to book that accommodation. First I went through bookings.com. The place was too far, so we got another hookup, and all our communication was done via WhatsApp. So come arriving at Frankfurt Customs, now these people are asking for my travel itinerary. I just gave them this whole file, and it's going through, and then he says, oh, we're also going to Paris. I'm like, yes. He's like, okay, where is that accommodation confirmation? Was I not sweating? I don't have it. How come you don't have it? How do I know that you are really going there for what you say you are going? How do I even know that you are going to stay where you are staying? And I was like, okay, you know what? I understand what you're saying. I see where you're coming from. I can contact this lady and maybe she can send me something. But as of now, I don't have anything. And the guy, in the end, I was just like, look, okay, I don't think you're coming here for any type of illegal activities, but let this be a lesson learned. So he let me through, and I was like, thank you, Lord, because that guy, he's the one who gets to decide whether I come through, if I stay and go back home, you see. And it's not the time to have an attitude either. Some people love to have an attitude. You must know when you must keep quiet, because in that instance I was wrong. I should have made sure, and it's a lesson learned. Alright, so that's all the travel itinerary has. Oh, and by the way, regarding this itinerary, after we had it in our application forms, after they were accepted, they did send us an email requesting another invitation letter from another bride and groom. I don't know why they did that. That didn't happen with the other couples, but in order to not cause a delay in the process, we contacted the bride and they forwarded us those documents, so everything went well. And yes, the next thing, and it's the final thing, is your airline ticket. Just proof that you have paid, you have a ticket. You have to have it. Hey, don't think you can go and book, and once you get the visa, then you apply for your ticket. Your visa, your application will not be successful. They just want that to see that you are flying out on the date that you say you are gonna fly out, and you'll be back on the day that you say you will be back. So basically guys, that is it. It's really not that difficult. It's easy, and I just don't understand why people get sent back. If you just go through your checklist, make sure you have all of your documents, make sure that you do get yourself a file. It's convenient guys, let me tell you. While we were there, people will come with a brown envelope or just a whole bunch of papers like this, hand it to the lady. Now she has a checklist of what to take, so she's busy sorting through a whole bunch of papers, wasting time. And you can easily just hand her a file like this, a file where she will open, and then she takes, okay, visa application form, take it out. Biometrics passport, okay, take out one, cut off what she needs, put the other one back. Valid passport, she takes it out. Copy of your passport, you see they didn't even take out the copy of my passport, I still remember. The lease agreement, they acknowledged that it's there, they went through it, but they didn't take it out. 3-month bank statement, it was used. Employment confirmation letter, they used. Holiday granted letter, they used. Travel medical aid, they sent me so many documents, but they only took out the ones that they needed, the ones which are basically confirming how much I was going to be insured for and acknowledging that yes, we are going to insure this person. So that was used. The travel itinerary, yeah, they took that as well. And then they also took a copy of the airline ticket. It's very, very easy guys, don't get confused. If something is new, it can cause a bit of confusion, it can make you question, you can get lost in all of this because it's new. It was new for me. Once again, I asked friends who were more concerned than I was, friends who were checking up, friend, did you get this already, did you get that? Like, I actually have good friends. I have good people on my team. So yes guys, we have reached the end of this journey. Thank you very much for having subscribed and watching all of my videos. I do have more travel videos in store for you guys. I did do a bit of traveling after this trip. Remember, this trip was last year September. Okay, so I did travel, and you guys must just stay tuned for those videos that will be coming up. Thank you to my subscribers, you guys are awesome. All 187 of you, I know who you are. I've taken note of you guys. Comment below, let me know. And once again, if you have any queries regarding this, you can drop me a message. You can DM me on Instagram at itspero, that's my Instagram name, and I will assist you where I can, or I will refer you to somebody who is able to help you. But guys, it has been wonderful. I enjoyed this whole trip. I enjoyed making these videos for you guys because I feel like they will be able to assist you one way or another. Even if they just assist one person, my job here is done. I'll be complete. But anyways guys, thanks a lot. Stay tuned for more videos coming up, and I do hope with this whole pandemic that's going on, you guys are doing your part by staying home, because that's the only way we can stop this virus from spreading. Stay home, wash your hands, drink your water, stay clean. Let's just do things that we're already supposed to have been doing, and I hope that, you know, we carry on with this culture way beyond this pandemic. But yes guys, thanks a lot for subscribing, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.